Oh, and this is how we get down. Merry Christmas Eve to all of you out there who celebrate it. For those of you who don't, happy holidays. We are live. That's right. It's Coach and Company on the Stadium Network and all of their platforms, Prime Video, DirecTV, YouTube TV. The list goes on and on. Available in over 100 million homes. There's a lot of you who are new, who are not at work today, not traveling today, checking out some new shows. You're always welcome here. If you are watching on YouTube instead of the Stadium Network, hit the like button on the way in and just chat away. A lot of people in there talking about a lot of different things, a lot of different sports. Now, speaking of sports, today there is no NBA. There is no NHL. There is one bowl game, but that doesn't mean we can't still have a good time, educate, entertain, learn, laugh, because it's also Wednesday, which means we got our rants to get off of our chest. Now, how did we do yesterday? Well, in a related story, the sun came up, so I was 2-0. Once again, your boy, I don't know why you guys don't just say blindly, Coach, what are you picking? Now, I'll deal with Soupy, and I'll deal with Mikey. Mikey's voice is still out, by the way, so he's going to be out the rest of the week. But now, our schedule today, a little bit different. There will be no Off the Ropes live as SiriusXM is giving us Christmas Eve off and Christmas Day off. But if you missed Coach and Bro, I just looked at the numbers. Absolutely ginormous. You guys are finding us. Tomorrow, normally we're live on the Stadium Network for Coach and Bro. We will not be live tomorrow. So we're taking Christmas off. But Coach and Company, we will be live tomorrow morning because we've got 3 NFL games, 5 NBA games tomorrow. All right. Housekeeping is over. I want to hang out with my boys. I want to hang out. There they are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Let's beat the books. Oh, and look at this motley crew on a Wednesday. Tommy, what's this?
You got me for the whole show today, Coach.
Wait, what did you just say? The whole 60 minutes?
The whole 60 minutes, brother.
Whoa, wait a second. Is this because Monday night you hit not 1 but 2 anytime touchdown tickets? Is that why?
Yes, that's why, but the school's closed.
Tommy's out there changing lives.
Working
Working with the kids.
Oh.
Working with the kids.
Oh, yeah. Right.
They love Big Tommy C. Aren't you the guy? I'm telling you, Tommy, you're going to become so popular with the adults, which you already are. We know about your DMs. And the kids, you're not going to be able to go anywhere.
I know.
Anywhere.
I know.
Michelle's not going to be happy. Michelle's not going to be happy. We love having you here. Are you kidding me? Yep. You're my favorite. You're my dog. All right, now, he is the executive producer for BetMGM tonight. Brandon, Merry Christmas Eve, sir.
Merry Christmas Eve, Coach. Merry Christmas Eve, company. Merry Christmas Eve to all watching. If you're following me, if you're listening to me on all my platforms, man, you're as happy as I am because you got some extra gifts underneath that tree today. A 40-1, a 13-1, and a 25-1 in 3 consecutive days. Boy, is hot.
Oh, interesting. We must have missed those picks on this show, however, Raphael. So he's bragging about stuff that didn't happen here.
Well, BetMGM brings me on every day.
Oh, so now you're throwing shade at the person who controls the schedule. Hey, I can't do what Producer Man does. I mean, it's him. All right, finally, he is our numbers guy for a reason. Say good morning to the man. He's been here since day freaking 1. Raphael Esparza. Good morning, Raphael.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, family. Happy Christmas Eve. My Coach Miss was almost having Tommy as for 60 minutes today. That should be my Coach Miss, but it's not.
So today our picks are going to be kind of interesting. So I know for me, I've looked forward to some games over the weekend. So we can kind of get a little bit creative because there's really no sports today, which I'm hoping somebody rants on that. We'll have to wait and see. But we do have picks today. So the question is, my guy, I mean, when you hit that many long shots, why wouldn't you go first? Brandon, best bets. Start us off.
The problem is today, there's nothing to really parlay. We've got the Golden Bears and we've got the Rainbow Warriors, and that's really it. So just give me Cal plus 100 on the money line, even money for Cal. This game is so tight. It's only, I think it's a 1 point spread. Maybe it moved to 1.5 since the last time that I looked. But Cal on the money line, this Cal offense is really good. I don't think the Hawaii defense is going to be able to keep up. So give me Cal on the money line.
All right, that's an 8 o'clock game, by the way. Who puts an 8 o'clock game on Christmas Eve? Aren't kids in bed?
Yep.
Getting up for Santa Claus to come early morning? Now, speaking of early, Tommy, there are 5 NBA games on Christmas. There's an early game, and normally in the past, the NBA gives Madison Square Garden that early game. Well, the Knicks are playing in it, but not in New York City. Bah humbug, Home Alone 2. What are we doing? But what's your best bet?
My best bet, I'm taking the Knicks Cavs over total points, 236.5 minus 110. I think this is going to be a great game for the Knicks tomorrow. I'm sorry. And it'll be good. I mean, I couldn't even come up with some fun facts for it. So I think the Knicks are playing well. The Cavs need to figure something out. 236.5 minus 110.
Now, I've been doing some tests out there just to see if you guys actually listen to what I say. Tommy, you just flunked. You just flunked big time. I gave you the easiest setup ever.
Yeah, it is at MSG.
Thank you. Thank you. Begging somebody to ruin my flow. Begging somebody to correct me. Big Tommy, very disappointing.
Well, I know this, Coach. I know this. Yes. Games at MSG average total, they go over 233.6. Christmas Day, it's going to go. 236 we have, 3 more points. You're on Christmas. You can't lose.
Is it 233.6 or is it 236.5? Or is it
no, the over is 236.5, but at the average at Madison Square Garden games
is 233.6?
Yes.
Interesting.
I had that in my head.
You were
somewhere rolling
that number. Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. So Brandon, 1 killer pick for today. Big Tommy, 1 killer pick for tomorrow. Raphael, my guy, give me 2. Let's go.
I'm trying to figure out where you can get 233.6 as an NBA total. That was a little confusing right there. But I'm going with Hawaii tonight. Team total over 24.5. The Warriors' last 5 home games are averaging 31 points per game. I was impressed on their win against San Diego State. San Diego State, really good defensive game. They put up 36 or 38 points at home against the Aztecs. And I'll take Cal Hawaii, both teams to score 20 points at minus 120. Sorry. I already talked about Hawaii's office. Cal, their last 12 games, 7 of them over 20-plus points, and they're averaging 21-plus points in 11 games this season. I think we're going to see a lot of scoring in this game.
I'm begging some of these schools. We can't even rant on this anymore. But this nonsense, like last night watching that UNLV team against Ohio, what are we doing? Players opting out. It's not a new thing. I get it, but it's embarrassing. And as a player who was not a Division I player, all my memories, all of that. And you're going to sit out for what? You're not even going to the show. You're at UNLV. All right, that's a little bonus rant for you guys this morning. Stop the nonsense. All right, I've got 2 plays. If you're going to cash with the coach, I had to look at a couple NFL plays that the numbers could change. Raphael, obviously, throughout the week will let us know that. But I wanted to target a couple early. Texans are going to be in the West. So what time is that game? Let me look at it. Oh, because it's Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. So Houston, they may show up in our NFL segment in about 30 minutes. We're going to be looking at several different categories. But Houston's defense has been outstanding. And the Chargers, yes, they beat and blew out the Cowboys last week, but the Cowboys terrible. Texans are an amazing defense, maybe the best we've seen in the last 5 or 10 years. So give me the Texans on Saturday to win the game. I would have taken it on the money line too, but give me that 1.5. And then the Panthers, you say, Coach, it's 7 everywhere. Well, yeah, that's why I'm buying a half a point, minus 116 at home against the Seahawks. We saw the Rams already do the same trip. And what happened? They tripped up against this Panthers team, which is now sitting in first place in the NFC South. So The Seahawks are making the same trip, and you think they're going to win by more than a touchdown? I think they could win, but the Panthers can keep it within a touchdown, and that's why that half a point is so very, very important. All right, gentlemen, great job on the best bets. But today is Christmas Eve, which means it's our 24th day as we count down to Coachmas. Here at the brand, we are trying to unwrap gifts to just say thank you or that you can appreciate in your lives. So, Big Tommy C, what is the gift that you are unwrapping this morning?
Coach, I'm going to get serious here for a minute, and it's the BTT Studios. You called me over a year and a half ago and asked me if I wanted to work on a wrestling show, and I said yes, produce it, no on-air talent, and look where we are today. Look at the brand that we have for BTT. This is the gift that keep on giving. Nobody works harder, and we fool around a lot, but nobody works harder than Jonathan Coachman. The man gets up at 5 a.m. every day, does about 4 or 5 shows. But look how big this brand has come. We got guys like Raphael. We got Brandon. We have, of course, Producer Man. This is not a podcast. This is a TV show. We have animation, we have graphics, and it keeps getting bigger and better every time. I'm a little part of this. I love it, Coach. Personally, I want to thank you for changing my life. I became a little bit of a handicapper, became a little bit of a character where we came from, WWE. I thank you because you're one of the hardest working guys. I know you don't want to hear that, but you are. This is a great show, and it's on to bigger and better things. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Producer Man, Rafi, and the rest of the crew for letting me be a part of this. Thank you. And it gives every day.
I will correct you, however. You said you're a little part of this.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say you're a big part of this.
Well, thank you.
So you're my guy. First adults to ever hold my daughter 17
right.
years ago. So we've been friends for a long time.
Yep.
But best believe we love you here, big dog. So thank you for that. You know that makes me uncomfortable. So we'll move on. But thank you. All right, Raphael, my guy, what gift are you unwrapping this morning?
I have to follow that. I almost dropped a tear right there. But my gift today is the gift of NBA Christmas. That's what it is, because we have some great storylines tomorrow in the NBA. We have Wemby and SGA. We just saw what happened last night. 130-110. The Spurs beat OKC again. What's going to happen on Christmas? What will Draymond Green do on Christmas? No one knows what he's going to do on Christmas. We have KD and LeBron in the last game of the night. Ant-Man versus the Joker. What a great end of night for NBA. Watch the NBA on Christmas, because have you seen the quarterbacks who are playing in the NFL on Christmas? Watch the NBA.
All right, Brandon, I only got about 30 seconds for you. What gift are you unwrapping?
We're going to follow that up. Betting favorites in the NBA win 70% of games on Christmas Day straight up. But since 2005, they are only 500 against the spread.
Wow. And my gift is thank you to the streaming services, Netflix, Amazon, Apple TV. We've got the NFL, we've got the NBA, we have soccer, we have baseball. Thank you for pushing the networks to get a little bit better, spend a little bit more. However, for those of us that work in this business, we have to get creative. And that's exactly what we plan to do in 2026. But thank you for all the sports. All right, still to come here on this live Christmas Eve version of the show. We've got rants, and I love Rant Wednesday. Howie, looking up at you, big dog. Also, a very special NFL section. We're answering some questions this morning. And NBA, 2 big storylines today. Is the bloom already off the rose for the LA Lakers? This is Coach and Company live today. You better believe it. Right here on Stadium. Come on back.
Down for some deep sea fishing? Crack of dawn Saturday?
We're gonna be all right. We're 4 big, strong men.
Nicholas, it's Mom. I know you went out fishing this morning. This big storm's supposed to hit.
We left some men out on the open water.
4 men in the middle of a giant storm.
This is now a rescue mission.
No visual. Weather getting worse.
Captain, is my boy still alive?
Hope is the strongest thing that we have.
Hang on! Oh, in theaters right now. By the way, guys, I got word yesterday. You remember I don't even know if we started the show yet. I was in a movie called Hands. It's an MMA movie. I filmed it a year and a half ago. Do you guys remember this, Tommy? Remember that
Yes.
I shot that, right?
Yes.
And it never came out. Well, they sent me, and we're going to be running it here on the show. They sent me the trailer, and it's actually going to be released on January 5th or January 8th or 9th. So I'm actually going to be in a movie coming out the first of the year. How about that? So I participated in that. DK Metcalf, guys, will not participate. His suspension has been upheld. So Brandon, $555,000 he's out of his pocket. Guarantees of $45 million the next 2 seasons out the window. He can still earn the money. Are you surprised that the NFL upheld the suspension?
No, absolutely not. I said this from the start, from when I saw him travel over to the fan and take a swing at him. You get 1 day for swinging at a fan, and you get the second day for being dumb enough to do it. Like that, it's just, I mean, you just get that suspension in 2 games. He's lucky that that's all it was, because that's a big deal going over to the fans, grabbing one and taking a swing.
You can't do it. Big Tommy, your thoughts?
It's ridiculous, Coach. He walks over there. You mean no players are there? Are they watching him do it? Is there an assistant coach around somewhere to pull him and say, hey, dude, what are you doing? Fans can say anything they want. That's part of being a tough skin, of being a professional player. It's just ridiculous. And the guarantee might go away. Oh, my God. That is incredible, Coach.
$26 million in 2026 for being on the roster.
Wow.
26. If they cut him, he gets nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. All right, we're back live. It's time for rants. Howie, 5 seconds. Let's go. All right, welcome back, everybody. I am the coach. This is a live episode of Coaching Company here on Stadium, Prime Video, Direct TV, YouTube TV. Thank you so much. For you OGs that come here every single day, a lot of you watch on YouTube, JC1, Kimberly, A-Bass, everybody. But those of you watching on Stadium, man, do we value all of you. Now, we have a lot of fun here at this brand, and we're way more than just a sports betting brand. We like to call ourselves a sports show, as Tommy just alluded to. A couple of years ago, when we started the idea of this, one of my favorite human beings to ever be around is the great Howie Schwab. For you older viewers, you know exactly who he is. For you younger viewers, he's a legend. He was Dick Vitale's right hand for over 30 years. That every single big game that Dick Vitale did on ESPN, Howie Schwab was sitting right next to him. You just never saw him on camera. But then he became a star in his own show called Stump the Schwab, and he was amazing. But at the end, he was very sick, but this was the show, and this was the time of day that he absolutely loved. And he would call me in the middle of the night, couldn't get his computer to work, couldn't get his iPad to work. It's going to be an F day, coach. It's going to be an F day. Well, every single Wednesday since, and every single Wednesday moving forward, we will honor our good friend in the only way that he would appreciate. It's time for Rant Wednesday.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the first F day. Welcome to the first F day. Pardon me.
Is it a little sacrilegious to say that on Christmas Eve? I don't know. I don't think so. I think we're good. We're good. All right. Now, where do we start? Well, today is Christmas Eve. And as I looked at my guide, I just kept going and going. And I was like, am I going to watch old reruns of 90 Day Fiance? Maybe. Old reruns of Real Housewives? Probably. But Raphael, my guy, let me start with you. One very simple question. What are you ranting on today?
I was torn because I wanted to rant about the people who send Christmas cards with glitter, but then I looked at the sports schedule. There's one American sport game today, and that is the Hawaii Bowl at 8 p.m. 364 days a year, we have sports on TV. I even checked the soccer schedule. Nothing. What are we doing here? Every day we should have sports. So I have an idea, people. Why don't NBA take Christmas Eve and the NFL take Christmas Day. So we don't have a day with just only one sport. What am I supposed to watch this afternoon? I don't know. I guess I can watch Elf for the 100th millionth time. Come on, people. We need more sports on Christmas Eve.
Last night, I happened to roll past the Sound of Music, which is an all-time favorite in the Coachman household. As you know, my daughter will be
your daughter.
Yeah, she's majoring in musical theater. But they aren't here. The dogs are here. Kids are gone. They had to go visit grandma and grandpa early. I'm going Saturday. All right. Raphael, good start. Now, as I mentioned, New York City is always the hub of Christmas in movies, in sports, and there is nothing like Madison Square Garden. It's become a tradition to have the Knicks start the 5-game extravaganza on ESPN, ABC, TNT, whatever networks they're on now. So, Big Tommy C, the home team that plays at MSG, they're called the Knicks.
Yes.
So I ask you, what are you ranting on today?
You know, Coach, I live here. I've been here all my life. And, you know, you listen to the Radiohead WFAN, and they're talking about the Knicks in 26. The Knicks are dudes. So I'm throwing it out there. The Knicks dudes, or are they dogs? Now, I know they're a good team. I know they won that Fugazi Cup a couple of weeks ago. But now, the nitty-gritty of the season happens right now. And by the way, Knicks, you got a gift. No Jason Tatum, no Halliburton. So there's two teams right there. I like the Pistons. I like the Magic. But really, do they have the horses to win it all? Can they beat OKC? They just barely beat San Antonio. But on the radio here, you would think they were the 73 Knicks. No, they don't have any dudes or dogs. Brunson's the only dude I know. That's all I know is he is the only dude. Cat is soft. So we'll see in June all the Knick fans on WFAN. Knicks at 26. Yeah, we'll see if you're dudes or dogs.
I have so many dreams about this brand and building up, kind of like what Barstool's done, like several shows. Tommy, when we get the sports talk show really ramped up, oh my God, you're gonna have a home, big dog. That's gonna be your home. They're like, we got to go through Big Tommy on this. That's not gonna happen. My guy. All right, Brandon. We have the East Coast covered. We have the South covered. You're my Midwest guy. You're my Chicago guy. So my question to you is this. What are you ranting on today?
Coach, the only thing I hate about Rant Wednesday is having to follow Tommy C on a rant. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. Look, I'm so sick and tired of Packers fans this week crying about how we lost. Oh, would you like a little tissue? Would you like we lost? You guys hurt our quarterback. It was a dirty hit. Stop it. Stop it. It wasn't a dirty hit. Maybe teach your quarterback to not duck into a hit because he's scared as the guy comes through at 100 miles an hour because your tackle can't block an edge rusher. He's coming in. What do you want Booker to do? He's coming in, his head's down. He's going to deliver the hit to the chest like he should. And your guy shrinks up and he gets hit in the head. Not a dirty hit whatsoever. If you think that Austin Booker hit on Jordan Love was a dirty hit, you don't know what you're watching. And not only that, he did you a favor because I think the Packers had a better shot with Malik Willis than they had with Jordan Love. Jordan Love lives on the deep ball. The Bears were not giving up the deep ball that day. Malik Willis had a better opportunity to win that game. Austin Booker did you guys a favor. And you guys are sitting there crying, oh, dirty hit, dirty hit. This is the same damn organization who 5 seconds after a ball is thrown took Jim McMahon and damn near killed the man from behind. I don't want to hear any more crying from Packers fans about how we lost the game and oh the Bears, you guys cheated and oh you had to do this and oh you had to do that. Get a tissue, nerds.
I knew I was going to give you a pass on the nerds thing today. It's my gift to you. It's my gift to you. All right. Good job, boys. It is now my turn. And I want to ask everybody a question. Do we know the name? Let me check my notes. Dylan Stewart? Anyone? Well, you got to be a hardcore football fan to actually know the name. He's an all-SEC linebacker, fantastic player. Love watching him at a mediocre South Carolina football team that was not very good this year. So why am I bringing up Dylan Stewart? Well, one of the headlines at ESPN.com, and it's not ESPN's fault, was Dylan Stewart re-signs with South Carolina. Did I miss something? Are there multiple signing days in college now? This guy is literally doing what so many players are doing now, and it's nonsense. Going into the portal to have a bidding war for NIL money and then going back to the team where he already plays. Oh, was he eligible for the NFL draft? Let me check. No, he was not, because in the NFL, you got to play 3 seasons out of high school before you're physically ready, or you will die. So Dylan Stewart now is making news once again. And part of the story, one of the highest paid players in the country. But the difference is that he can take that money, and next year, guess what? He can do it again. And next year, on Christmas Eve, what do you think I'm going to rant on? Dylan Stewart going back to South Carolina one more time. Tear coming down his cheek going, man, they've given me everything. And $5 million a year, too. Tip of the cap, Dylan Stewart. Raphael, what are we doing? What are we doing?
That is college football in 2025, 2026, and from on. Until someone else can change it. Nick Saban, that's your job.
By the way, Nick Saban, did you guys see this? He's now a minority owner of the
Nashville
Predators. And he was actually at the game, sat in front of the audience or in front of the press and answered questions. Apparently he bought in. Did anybody see this? Because his wife loves the Nashville Predators. Tommy, quick question to you. If Michelle wanted you to buy into a sport that you're not quite known for, how would that go in the Carlucci household?
Hit the bricks. That's not happening. If it ain't a sport that I like, it's not happening, Coach. I may get a lot of heat for it, but it ain't happening. No way.
Well, you're in an area of the country where hockey is huge.
Yeah,
huge.
All the teams stink. They're all bad.
Brandon, I was unaware. I've learned a lot about Nick Saban, and I go back to I was hosting First Take one day years ago, and they used to bring all the SEC coaches in for what we call the car wash, where they'd be on all these different shows. And we were at commercial break, and Nick Saban said, "Man, do you guys know?" He goes, he got a text from Bill Belichick. He goes, I got to call Bill back. They're best friends, which I didn't know, and they used to go to all these rock and roll concerts together. And so you never know what somebody's really like behind the scenes. I didn't know that Nick Saban was so good on TV. I didn't know that he likes hockey, but I think his best role would be if in the next 12 months they actually form something to where he can run college football. Would that be so crazy?
I don't think anything with Bill Belichick and Nick Saban is kind of crazy anymore, because after watching Bill Belichick get a 20-something-year-old girlfriend, watching Nick Saban actually start to mesh with guys like Pat McAfee, I'm like, everything's normal. This is what these guys do. They take what you didn't think would be normal and turn it normal.
Exactly. He also told me that Bill Belichick, it's all a show. If you guys seen him on other shows like Inside the NFL, he's got a great personality.
Yes.
He just loves to mess with people.
Yep.
And that was just something he liked to do for 20 years to the media. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw this kind of sliding under the radar, but Belichick has hired Bobby Petrino as his offensive coordinator. And if anybody knows the history of Bobby Petrino, it's kind of on brand for where they're going there at North Carolina. So congratulations. You're back in the game. I love second chances. Gentlemen, I love Rant Wednesday. Well done today. Now, on the other side, we've got 2 weeks left in the NFL season before we get to the playoffs. And this year, it's going to look a little bit different. There won't be any Kansas City Chiefs. There won't be any, it doesn't look like Detroit Lions. So who's going to be this team to step up? Who's going to be the team to win the Super Bowl? Who are the biggest frauds? We're going to answer all of those questions next. We're only halfway home. This is Coach and Company live on the Stadium Network. All right, we continue on our YouTube page during the breaks. And guys, you know that I'm big on the PGA Tour. I'll be doing 12 big events in 2026, all of these signature events and all 3 FedEx Cup events. Just kind of how we do it here at BTT. You know what I'm saying? We go with the big stuff. Now, Brooks Koepka, who I actually like very, very much, he was one of the big golfers to go to Live and get that $100 million plus. Go over there. He's now the first big player to leave, announcing yesterday that due to family reasons, he will not be continuing with Live Golf. Now, he does have the rights to get into the majors because he's won some. But Brandon, do you think they're going to figure out a way for some of these big names to find their way back to the PGA Tour?
Yeah, I always thought that. I always thought that at some point these guys who left to go to Live will be back at the PGA Tour. I've always thought that these guys, once Live runs its course and we're not worried about Live taking over the PGA anymore, which I don't know why it was ever a thought in anybody's mind anyway. I just thought that these guys were eventually going to come back and the PGA is going to welcome them with open arms because these guys are the best in the world at what they do. So I think Brooks Koepka absolutely will be back at a major soon.
It's going to piss off a lot of guys, but it's going to be the guys at the bottom of the tour. It's not going to be the Rory McIlroys and those. They welcome it. They want to play against the best. Raphael, if we got Rahm, Koepka, there's DJ's washed up, but you get my point. It would make a much better tour, and I would even admit that.
When I was reading this article, first of all, I forgot Liv was still around. You don't hear about them at all. I mean, a couple years ago, I'm doing prop bets. Will Liv buy the PGA, or were they merged together? To now, they're crickets. So I'm just shocked that it happened this so quickly that now players are pulling out of Liv. But wow, who's shocked that Liv's still going on?
Well, eventually, when you have such a big account, they're going to want that money to come back into that account. And there's this nonsense that Saudi Arabia just wants to pay out and not get it back. And now that time has come after 4 years. All right, gentlemen, it's time to talk NFL. We're back live on Stadium in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. Oh, there we are. I love that one shot. We are halfway home. If you're watching us live on Stadium, it is 10:32 in the East. It is 7:32 out here in the West. Just getting your day started. I know a lot of you are getting up right now, getting the wallet, getting the car keys, because you got to get that last second shopping done. Shame on you. I do too. But I thought it'd be kind of cool. That today, since there's no games in the NFL, there's no games in the NBA, no games in the NHL, that we look at some of the teams and try to figure out what the last 2 weeks and the next 6 weeks are going to look like. So, guys, let's bring all three guys up because I'm going to start with you, Brandon, and we'll piggyback all the way down. I have 5 different questions for everybody. The first question will be this. In the NFL, Brandon, in your opinion, who's the biggest surprise so far through the first 16 weeks?
Look, people are going to accuse me of being a homer for this pick, but it's got to be the Chicago Bears. When we looked at this team, even me as a Bears fan, when I looked at this team, I thought maybe 8, maybe 9 wins. Somewhere in that area is where this team could be. A 5-win team last year, a team that got a better coach, a team that had their quarterback. I didn't think that they would be this. I didn't think they would be 11-4. You looked at their schedule. We looked at that schedule and we're like, man, that's a gauntlet of a schedule before the season. Then due to injuries, due to players not playing well, due to teams not performing well, the Bears schedule got a little bit easier, and the Bears played a little bit better than we thought that they would. So for me, the Chicago Bears are the biggest surprise in the NFL season.
Mine was easy. Jacksonville Jaguars. Who would have thought Jacksonville would have double-digit wins right now? And they're coming off one of the biggest wins on the road, beating Denver. And this team has beaten the 49ers. Sorry, coach. The Chiefs, the Texans, and the Chargers. I didn't think I was going to see this Jacksonville Jaguar team have 11 wins and can still be the number 1 seed.
Mine, coaches, how can it not be the New England Patriots? They could possibly go worst to first. Last year they were 4-13. Right now they're 12-3. Drake May is good. Stephon Diggs is just playing incredibly well. The team plays well. They got a great coach. They could be 14-3 when it's all over because they got the Jets and the Dolphins. That's my surprise.
And I think they will be, Tommy, because they've got to play this thing out because the Bills are only 1 game back.
That's right.
They can't sit down. So my answer for the biggest surprise is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember, they did not sign Aaron Rodgers until the summer. He was just kind of trying to figure it out. We got that number $13 million. I was like, he'll never play for $13 million. Not only has he played, he's played very, very well. They have a 2-game lead in the AFC North over the Ravens. So for me, they've got to be the biggest surprise. So for every teeter, there's got to be a totter. Is that a word? All right, Brandon, who is the biggest disappointment so far for you?
I'm going to stay in the NFC North. The biggest disappointment is the Detroit Lions. Look, I know that they lost both of their coordinators, but they still had all of the same talent on the field that they had the last couple of years when we all fell in love with the Detroit Lions and wanted them to do well because we thought that that team and that fan base deserved better. And now they're just back to being the same old Detroit Lions. Maybe Dan Campbell isn't the coach that everybody thought that he was. Maybe Dan Gamble and the allure is all gone. The biggest disappointment is absolutely the Lions.
There's a lot of low-hanging fruit that you can pick on this one, but I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's a team that were heavy favorites to win in the division. And last time I checked, they have dropped 6 out of their last 7 games. Their defense has allowed 31 points in those 7 losses. They should be easily walking away with this division, but they let the Saints and they let the Panthers beat them.
My biggest disappointment is the Baltimore Ravens. Everybody, I mean, everybody picked them in the summer to go to the Super Bowl. They got this. Jackson's back here. Now they are a mess, guys. They are a total mess. And Harbaugh may lose his job, which could be a plus for me because I would take him on the Giants any day. They are a big disappointment. I'm serious. They fire his ass, he better be going for the Meadowlands.
All he'd have to do is go straight up 95.
That's it,
It'd
man.
be like a 3-hour drive.
I'll take him. I'll take him.
28 years, going on 29 years now. My disappointment is the Dallas Cowboys. How can you be worth, 15 to $20 billion, but yet you're a team that hasn't touched the NFC Championship in 29 years? It's embarrassing. You got a great quarterback in Dak, $60 million a year. You have Micah Parsons. You get rid of him. And once again, your defense stinks and you're not in the playoffs. How can it not be the Dallas Cowboys? My God. But did everybody see the video of them doing the Christmas bonuses on Hard Knocks?
Yes.
Oh, my God. How cool was that? You guys didn't see. Basically, Dak gets the highest paid guys into a room, probably 20 or 30 of them. And they have all the list of all the employees.
Yep.
All the employees. And then they write how much they want to give them. They collect the sheets. And then they give them one big check to each person.
Yep.
Super cool.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Super cool. Yeah, super cool. All right. Now, as we get into the playoffs, there's going to be some teams that are either surprised to be there or are going to be in a weird spot like the Bills potentially as a wild card team. So, Brandon, my question to you, what team would you not want to play when we get to the playoffs?
It's those Buffalo Bills. Look, this is the year for the Buffalo Bills, and I think that they know that. I think Josh Allen knows that. And as a team, when you start looking at teams that have won 3 straight road games and then won a Super Bowl, there's only been 4 of them, I believe, in the Super Bowl era. But this is one of those teams that could absolutely do it. When you don't have Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, or Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, and you're Josh Allen, this better be your year. And I think he knows that. And I think this Buffalo Bills team is in the right spot. I think they're going to be the team nobody wants to play in the playoffs.
I'm taking a team that we fired their head coach a couple months ago. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are playing so much better since then. They are running the ball. And don't forget, their defense is going to get healthy with Watt coming back. I won't want to play the Pittsburgh Steelers because this team has confidence right now.
Coach, I'm taking Seattle. I'm a believer, man. Watching that game last week, I am a believer in Darnold. They have a really good defense, and they can go really far in the playoffs. There's a lot of good teams in the NFC, but I'm a believer in Sam Darnold now. They got the guns, and they have a defense.
The way he's played the last couple of weeks and the way they had to win, I think that's done just wonders for his confidence. My answer is going to be the Houston Texans. Their defense has kind of reminded us that you can win with defense, and they've got a really good quarterback, and I think they're going to show this Saturday. It's one of my best bets that when they go to LA, they're going to show the Chargers, you got to be tougher. You got to be a lot tougher. This is a tough team, and they're not a team that if I want to go to the Super Bowl, that I want to have to go through to get there. I'm not saying they're going to win it all. I just don't want to play them. That's the question. All right, question number 4. The dreaded F word. Fraud. Brandon, who's the biggest fraud heading into the postseason?
Look, I think this team has a really good head coach, and I think that they've got a really good quarterback, but I just can't believe in them because the New England Patriots, even though they're 7-0 on the road, their road wins are against the Dolphins, the Saints, the Titans, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Jets. Like, there are no good road wins here other than the Buffalo Bills. I just can't believe in the New England Patriots as a true threat this season in the playoffs.
Wow. Well, let's see. My disappointment team went from the NFC South, and now my fraud team is going to be in the NFC South. Give me the Carolina Panthers. You lost twice to the Saints. And in week 2, you lost to the Arizona Cardinals. That loss right there could be one of the main reasons why you don't win a division. And even if they do win a division, they're probably almost double-digit dogs at home in the playoffs. Carolina, you're frauds to me.
My fraud is the Detroit Lions. What happened to this team, guys? Last year, they were so good. I know they exited early in the playoffs. They have all the talent in the world. They have receivers. They have a defense with Hutchinson. I still like Campbell as a coach. But, man, what happened to this team? It is just incredible how bad they really are.
Well, he got exposed. Dan Campbell's been exposed as not a very good head coach. That's not a criticism. Just sometimes people aren't meant to be head coaches. That's what it is. My answer is going to be the Denver Broncos. Their first 11 wins, they trailed in 9 of those games. They've won in the most ridiculous ways possible. See the Colts game. And then last week, Jacksonville goes into Denver, and they prove once again why they're a team on the rise, and the Broncos lose by double digits at home with the number 1 seed on the line. Fraud, I say. Now, last question. We have 2 minutes total. The Super Bowl champion. Does it come out of the AFC, Brandon, or the NFC?
It comes out of the AFC. I bet this before the season started. I actually had the Bills and the Packers in the Super Bowl. I think one of those teams gets there, and I think it's the Buffalo Bills. And I think I'm right. I think the Buffalo Bills win the Super Bowl this year. I think they finally get over that hump, and they're going to beat. I have no clue because the NFC is wide open.
Give me the AFC. Right now, the AFC is -3.5 versus the NFC in the Super Bowl. And you're telling me I can get Denver, New England, Buffalo, and my surprise team, Jacksonville.
I'm taking the NFC. I like Seattle. The Rams are good. San Francisco's coming around. And watch out for the Eagles, man. If they can rev it up, they're Super Bowl champs. They have all the talent in the world. I'm taking the NFC.
Tommy, I've always thought you're incredibly smart, incredibly sharp, because those are exactly the names that I wrote down. You've got 3 in the NFC West that could all win it. The Eagles, don't sleep on them. They get to the playoffs. I hate them, but they could still win it. And then the year that the Bears are having, who knows? But to me, on the AFC side, you got maybe 2 teams. The Bills, most definitely. And then I think Jacksonville is a team that's playing at the level to get to the Super Bowl. But we're going to have to wait to find out, and we'll be here at Coaching Company every single step of the way.
Quick hot take, Coach.
What?
No NFC West team even makes the NFC title game.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't hear you for a second. I could have swore you said no NFC West team makes the title game in the NFC. Even though they'll have the one number, so they'll only have to win one game.
Correct.
One game to get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Hot take time. I just think I just came up with a new segment. Oh, just like that. All right. Still to come. Normally we do an NBA showcase. Well, the NBA is showcased tomorrow with 5 games. But there's a couple of storylines that are very, very interesting. Also, we lock it in if you weren't here at the top of the show. This is Coaching Company, and we are live on Christmas Eve right here on Stadia. All right, guys, we have other NFL news today. You know that you've got it. I don't want to call him a dirty player because I haven't paid that much attention, but as of late I have. And Denzel Perryman, He's also been suspended, Brandon, for 2 games, and the Chargers have 2 gigantic games on their schedule for hits. When you get suspended 2 games for hits, how bad does that have to be?
Yeah, look, I don't understand why players don't understand that there are cameras everywhere. So everything that you do is going to be caught on camera. My job as a cameraman when I'm working baseball games for a production company that I work for is to get everything, even when I'm not on TV, even when the director doesn't have me on TV, I'm still grabbing stuff. And you know what they're doing? They're still clipping stuff because the league needs stuff like this for when they're looking, hey, this guy had a cheap shot. We need to suspend him. This guy had this. When teams complain, they have to have a way to look at it. We're always capturing stuff. Cameras are everywhere, players. Little PSA, just in case you didn't know.
I'm trying to figure out why you're grabbing stuff during that time period. Raphael, coming over to you, your thoughts.
You would have thought he learned last year because he was warned last year about late hits and I think fined once last year. Did he learn anything from over the summer? It blows my mind.
Big Tommy.
He's an idiot, Coach. I mean, what happened to team players, Coach? What happened to guys thinking, if I do this, oh my God, I'm going to get in trouble? And you're right. There's cameras everywhere. It's ridiculous.
But this is also, guys, many, many times. You don't get suspended 2 games for 1 hit. That doesn't happen. So this is a history of it. They use certain words, they use the same kind of words, violent, all that kind of stuff. This guy's got to understand, not just he's hurting his team, he's hurting himself. He loses 2 paychecks. And what about his future?
Yep.
What about your future? Come on, play between the whistles. Quit being a dirty player. All right, we have plenty more to come here on the show. It's time to talk a little NBA. JJ Redick, the gift that just keeps on giving. We're back live in just 5 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Coach and Company live on Stadium. I am the coach here on a Christmas Eve. If you're out there traveling, be very, very, very safe. Now, no NBA games today, but there are 5 tomorrow. But something caught my eye after last night's 14-game slate. The LA Lakers, no Luka, no Hachimura. LeBron James led with 23. They get blown out. They give up 132 to the Phoenix Suns. And then JJ Redick was asked this question. I want to read it to you. Does your group have enough players who are hardwired to play with consistent effort and physicality the way a team like the Suns play every single night? He looked at the reporter and gave a one-word answer. No. Then he elaborated and said it's a choice. Brandon, has the bloom already come off the rose for the Lakers, who most of the season were sitting in that 2 spot? They now have 9 losses, and all of them by double digits.
Yeah, look, I think it's a different team when Luka Doncic isn't on the court, and I think that they've shown that time and time again. I do think the bloom's coming off. I think that there's a problem with Redick and with LeBron. I think that there's some turmoil in the locker room that we all don't know about, but we can kind of start to see it on the court. Guys, it's Christmas. Can't we all just get along?
That's the question, Rafael. Can they get along for the entire season?
Last time when I was watching this game is with 2 different teams. One team's playing for the name on the front, and the other team is playing for the name on the back. That's all you saw. Phoenix was playing so good team ball yesterday, and all the Lakers were doing was give LeBron and let LeBron figure out if he's going to pass to us or what he's going to do. It's just 2 different directions these teams are going.
Tommy.
I agree, Coach. I think Redick is a really hard coach to play for. He's a no-nonsense guy. I think him and LeBron have butted heads more than one time. And when you got young teams like OKC and San Antonio in your division around there, you got problems, buddy. There's definitely problems with the Lakers, and they're all self-centered, Coach.
Yeah, they really are. And you wonder if this is going to be the last season for LeBron. Right now, they're 19-9, sitting in the 4th seed behind Denver, San Antonio, then, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, a team that helped me cash last night, they soared into the 260s, were the Dallas Mavericks. They were jumped out to a 20-point lead over the Nuggets. Nuggets came back exactly how I wanted that game to go for my best bet. But Cooper Flagg, 33 points. He turned 19, boys, on December 21st. He's the youngest player to ever score 40. He did that a couple of weeks ago. Brandon, is Cooper Flagg already showing all of us why there was no question on who the number one pick was going to be?
Yeah, I think so. And look, I was wrong about Cooper Flagg. I wasn't the biggest Cooper Flagg guy coming out of Duke. I wasn't sure that his game would step up to the next level, but it absolutely certainly has. I think he's already the rookie of the year, barring injury. I think this kid is everything that he was touted to be coming out of Duke, and I'm eating crow for doubting the kid.
It's okay. I mean, crow, ham, turkey, it's all the same around these holidays. Raphael, let me come over to you because of the way he started the season. A lot of his numbers at the books, if you want to play his props, have been kind of lower. You've been had some easy cashes the last few games.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see him play when he has a point guard on the court, because right now they don't have a true point guard. So when Irving or anybody they get maybe in the trade deadline, it's only going to improve his whole stat line, not just his points and rebounds. I can't wait for to see him with a true point guard on the court.
I also like Tommy the way he plays with so much joy when he hits a big three. He even said after the game, "I've only missed 1 3 since I've been 19 years old." So he even has kind of a sense of humor as well, but he's playing with joy, which is what you want to see from your young stars in the NBA.
Absolutely. He could be one of the leaders in the NBA, one of the young leaders there. I mean, he's 19, guys. He came out when he was 18. You know, the transition from college to the NBA, it's huge. He's finally settling, and he has the talent. We know he has the talent to score, pass, do anything. He's going to be a big-time star in the NBA.
He actually reclassified himself when he was in high school. He's supposed to be a college freshman this year.
Wow.
And he moved up a class. Can you imagine him last year still being in high school when he played at Duke and how dominant he was at Duke?
Yep.
Oh, my God. All these little kids in high school would have been like, hello, Mr. Flagg.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Mr. Flagg. All right, gentlemen, well done. All right, it is time. If you guys weren't here at the top of the show, we understand. You got things to do. An hour's a long time, but not for us. It's time to lock it in. All right, 10 seconds or less. Just 1 or 2 nuggets is really all that I need. Brandon, start us off.
Well, 10 seconds or less is all I need for this game. It's the Golden Bears versus the Rainbow Warriors. Give me Cal money line versus Hawaii plus 100. Take it to the bank.
Raphael.
I would hold off on Cal because money are coming in on Hawaii right now, but give me Hawaii team total over 24.5. The Rainbow Warriors last 5 games are averaging almost 31 points per game. And then Cal, Hawaii, both teams to score 20 plus points at minus 120. Cal's last 12 games, 7 of them have gone over the 20 mark.
Oh, I like Cal. They've been a lot of fun to watch this year out here on the West Coast. Big Tommy, you got one, which is the first game on Christmas Day.
Yep, I got the Knicks Cavs over total points, 236.5 minus 110. It's the first game. It's Christmas. It's MSG. They want to show out. There'll be no defense in this game. There'll be lots of offense, though.
And finally, I am the hottest capper in the world. It's just what it is. And I'm playing 2 NFL games trying to beat the number. I love the Texans. This game is on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time against the Chargers out here at SoFi. They win on the field. They're just too tough right now. And then the Panthers. They already beat the Rams in the same scenario earlier in the season, 3 weeks ago. And now the Seahawks come all the way from Seattle, and they're laying a touchdown. I'm buying the half a point up to minus 116. And I think the Carolina Panthers can stay within 7.5. All right, at the end of every single show, we like to try and make you smarter. Raphael?
We're going to the Hawaii Bowl because the Hawaii head coach Timmy Chang is 17-6 against the spread as the Rainbow Warriors head coach and 3-1 against the spread in bowl games.
Wow. And he was a great quarterback at Hawaii.
I love watching him play quarterback at Hawaii.
Boy, how many times did he try to get our money back that we had lost during the day and that midnight Eastern start? You're like, come on, Timmy, come on. All right, gentlemen, we got a couple of minutes left. And so I thought it'd be cool. Brandon, let's start with you. What is a normal, like, Christmas morning? Do you have any traditions? Do you get up and cook breakfast? What do you do in the Combs household?
So, yeah, we get up, we make breakfast, we hang out, we open up some gifts. and then I go back and I take a nap, and then I get up and I watch some football because look, I work hard all year long, and I don't get very many days off, and Christmas Day is one of them. So I'm going to take a nap after I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning because the kids are so excited to open up their gifts.
Understood. Raphael, I know you do not have any children, so what does Christmas morning look like for you?
Not to be a Scrooge, but it's just a normal day for me. I get up at 5:30 and go to work. I start doing prop bets for the games that's going on because the NFL and NBA killed my Christmas spirit because I always have to work.
Our resident curmudgeon. Big Tommy, you got a big family. You got a lot of friends.
Yep.
What does it look like at the Carlucci household?
Yeah, it'll be nice. My granddaughter's sleeping here, so Santa's coming here, and just watching her wake up and opening up the presents and going up for Santa, that's a gift in itself for me right there. She's my heart right now.
She's the best. What a good little athlete she is, too.
Dude, she had basketball tryouts, and the coach came up to her father, and he said, man, she's some kind of athlete. I told her once how to do this, this, and this. I'm like, unbelievable. I said, she's our point guard.
Every game. You're going to be at every game.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be at every game.
Yeah.
All right. Gentlemen, Merry Christmas. Thank you guys for everything that you do. All right, producer man, thank you for that one shot. It's now time for all of you to go out into the world. If you are traveling today, please be very, very careful getting to where you're going to go. If you're going to grandma's house, tell her I said hello. We will be live tomorrow morning in some way, shape, or form to get ready for 3 NFL games and 5 NBA games. In the meantime, and I mean this with all of my heart, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your Christmas Eve marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets, no matter what day the games are, straight to the pay window. For my entire team, damn it, do I love them all. My man Brandon, Raphael, Big Tommy, and producer man behind the scenes, and Mikey P, shout out to you, big dog. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you, so we can win with you. This is Coach and Company, live as always, right here on Stadium. Have a great day.